2017, the significant developments in Australia probably fall into three areas. Firstly, at the ASIC helm, we've changed or are about to change from Greg Medcraft, who's left the building, to his successor, James Shipton. Secondly, senior manager accountability made it to our shores. We'd been anticipating this for some time. The BEAR regime was announced in the budget back in May this year, and essentially its architecture has been nutted out and it'll come into play next year. And that follows very similar regimes in the UK and in Hong Kong. And thirdly, we've had an ASIC enforcement review task force running through the course of this year. Now that's been consulting industry generally about a whole range of areas where ASIC and others have thought they could enhance their enforcement powers. They've looked at breach reporting, they've looked at a range of information gathering powers, and most recently they've looked at the penalties.
I think the most significant development will still be this focus on culture and can you actually assess culture? What are the indicators of a good or bad culture? Is it possible to measure them? Throughout the world, there is still a belief within the regulators, at least most of them, that culture is what drives bad conduct.
There's a lot happening at the moment in this space. Culture permeates through our regulation in so many different ways. It touches on individual accountability, how we deal with the regulators, how we deal with breach reporting, how we deal with customer complaints, and of course now whistleblowing, which is going to take shape in 2018 as well.
Our new chairman, James Shipton, who starts with us in February next year, we know from his history has a real focus on this issue of culture.
I think as well the use of big data in Australia is going to be really important in 2018. The regulator is also investing in technology. They're investing heavily in data analytics, in the skills and the technology that they need to deal with very large information requests. And in 2018, it's no longer safe to think that the regulator might be overwhelmed by very large data flows. ASIC has also announced that they're going to overhaul some of their mechanisms for dealing with data, and that includes establishing a central repository, which will allow a much more efficient way to access and store information centrally. ASIC will also be sharing information more with other agencies, and so we need to be live to that.